Hi guys. Oh, let me turn the sound on. Oh no, now I'm hearing myself with an echo. Mm, How do I stop it from happening? Okay, let me just. Maybe I. Maybe like this. Yeah. Okay. So guys, how are you doing? I hope you're all right in this Sunday afternoon. It's really, really hot. I'm like really, I'm melting and I look like shit, but that's okay. We're not going to pay attention to that. So today is our open at the studio table. Sorry, open studios on Wednesdays. And let me just roll my outside cards near me. And today I thought that we could continue to take advantage of this image that I have here in the reference. We've already drawn it on Wednesday. It's, what is it? Not this, not this. Oh, no, not this. What is it? Oh, it's here. So it's here. I had a lot of fun drawing this because, well, yeah, it's like an iteration of the same image, and I commented with you all on that day. Ah, espera, vai com mano, mas já vai. My kids are outside playing with the water. Vai não. So let's see if we can continue with this live stream without too much interruption. But it's Sunday afternoon and the kids are at home and we're on vacation and all of that, so it's normal for us to be interrupted. We're going to do our best. So as I was saying, we did this on Wednesday and on our quick live stream drawing for about a half an hour at the end of the day, so we can relax a bit and all of that. I'm feeling really, really icky. I'm sorry. I think that I'm hopeful that won't be a deterrent for you. But yeah, I think that we could take this to the next level. So using a bigger format, which is this sketchbook here. I'm almost finished with this one. Yay. So we have 1, 2 and a half or 3 spreads. I'm going to make our warm-ups in this one same. And then I'm going to go to this bigger format. I've used this on and off. My kids have used this too. Like, can you see here? My nephew drew this for me in our vacation this year, and I don't really mind, because at the end of the day, we get to have some great memories of my kids drawing too. So I don't really mind. I'm not that precious about these sketchbooks. So just clamp this here. So it is ready to go. And to start our warm-up, my God, I need a whole universe of things around me. I'm still using this pouch. I still haven't put the things away. This was the one that I brought to my vacation, and I brought it yesterday to a family lunch we had in Azanhos do Mar. It's a really beautiful place. At my cousin's house, they have a pool there. It's really fun for the kids at least. Well, for me too, but you know, little kids and yeah. So I haven't put it away yet because it's really useful. I don't know, because it's a limited amount of supplies, although it's very well packed. It's very cheirinha, how we say in Portuguese. But it's been really useful, and since I haven't made the video on packing this and the decisions that I made to do it and whatever else, I'm just keeping it here, and it's been really useful for other outings too. So I'm going to use this, but I have other supplies around me, and I'd like to, because we've only been using dry materials, and today this is just a glass palette that I have here, and so because we've only been using dry materials today, since I'm planning this stream to be a little bit longer, I want to use wet material. So I've already have my cup of water here and all the paper. I'm ready to start. I hope you are too. Let me just see if the stream is all right. Yeah, it's okay. So feel free to sorry, I'm just checking if everything was working here. Feel free to grab your own pencil, paper, and whatever else you want to use to draw. Leave us a comment, say hi, say where you're from, and let's begin, I think. Okay, so I'm just gonna start here with a small sketch. Well, it's not really small because I don't know how to draw small. I always tend to use all of the surface that I have available. I really envy those artists, you know, that can fill out the page with a lot of small elements and cute drawings and all of that, but that's not me. I am here to take up space, and I'm going to take it as it is. So let's start. Let's just grab this here. It's a Derwent Inktense in the color Red Violet. I don't really use these pencils very much because their dry color is very different from the wet color, and I like the wet color more. So they are very muted when they are dry, and then when you activate them, they get really bright. And that's my first name. So I'm going to start by drawing the pot. I love this pot because, you know, the square lines with the round lines, and yeah, it's really cute. I don't know where I started it the other day, but today I'm going to start from the spout. Just pulling this line up. I'm going to draw firstly the shape of it. I guess for me at least is the best way for you to capture an object with your style of drawing, you know. Okay, so the handle isn't really like this. I just got distracted hearing my kids play outside. Maybe I'm a bit jealous, but I'll be joining them soon. This, and no, it's larger here. It doesn't really matter if you correct the lines. This is just a it's a warm-up. So you have these lines here, and then you have a little thing down here, which is not really like this, it's more like this. Yeah. Okay, so we've drawn our teapot. So then I don't know if I really feel like drawing the elements behind it. I think I'm gonna just pop in, you know, and like the sound is, I was hearing an echo, you know. Oh, now I don't hear myself echoing. Sorry. So back to our business. I'm not really sure if I want to draw what's behind it. Maybe I can just a little bit, just to give it some help with the composition. And I'm being really messy with this because the point of this is just to warm up my hand. You know, the little heart there, and yeah. So what other elements do we have here? We have the small cows, which I am always a bit concerned about drawing because I really love cows and I want to make them justice. I'm just making this tail up because it doesn't really have the tail up, but I thought it would be more fun like this. Okay, so now you have the big smiling mouth, and she can have closed eyes. And the nose. This is really fun. I really like drawing cows, especially happy cows like this one. Okay. So from here, where should we take this? I think I want to more or less plan what the composition is using those elements from the picture. We have a window that it's like this, you know, this I don't know how to say this. It's an oval window, and it reminds me of the Hobbit houses. Yeah, more or less like this. And I thought that this would be a cool shape for me to include in the final composition. So that's what I'm going to do. Although I'm not really sure how. Let me try this. So if I use this to make some kind of framing here, you know, like this. So the window, yeah, let's make it end here. Then it has that small section and those bigger sections. Okay. Yeah, so this will be our background. It's like I'm looking straight onto the window, and then we can have our elements here. I'm going to use the teapot as is because I really like its shape, but I'm going to be a little bit more creative with the other elements. So, and how am I going to do that? I'm going to have the teapot here, and I'm not looking at the reference image anymore. I'm just looking at what I've drawn here, And I think this is the best way for you to keep your style emerging instead of being super reliant on the reference image. So, like this. Yeah, I have not left enough space for the handle here, but that's okay. It's a bit more like this. Then it has this colored edge, so I'm just going to fill this so I can cover up what I've drawn from the window behind it. My son was just watching I don't know how to say it, how do they call it overseas, but here it's Gabby's house. You know those cartoons that she transforms into a small character with a lot of cats and everything is cat themed, and he really likes it. And I have the song playing over and over in my head. Okay, so this the teapot, it's already here. And what else? I think I don't want to cover the entire sections of the window, because I think it's really cool that we can see this kind of structure, and it's going to give me the opportunity here also to, you know, use a lot of different values and colors, and I'd like for it not to be covered up. So I'm going to take this this pot here that has a lot of greenery, although it's a fake plant, but it's green all the same. And I'm going to pretend, because, you know, creativity and art is just like that, and you have all the freedom you want to make up the compositions that you like, even using a reference. It's just a starting point. So I'm going to pretend that this is a hanging pot and that the greenery is falling like this, because it suits my composition better. So yeah, let's imagine that the pot is like here. It can have the heart too. I'm not against the heart. So it will have a small chain here, and the greenery will fall like this. Yeah. So I think this suits my composition a lot better. I'm going to color in the pot as I did with the teapot, the vase. What do you call this? It's a hanging vase. Is that it? I don't really know. Yeah, like this. Okay. So you can see that we have. I'm always talking in plural because I'm used to it, you know, but sometimes I will talk in plural, and sometimes I will talk in singular, although that doesn't really matter. So we have our hanging vase here. And you know, the window behind it where there's a lot of light, so that should be our lightest value. The pot in real life is white, and I've drawn it here with a really dark value, which doesn't mean it can be white all the same. It's just sitting in a different plane, and it's backlit, so of course this is going to be darker, but I'm sure that I will come to the final composition and I will not make it white, because that's my prerogative. I can make it whatever color I want. I'm just considering if I should keep the cow. I was thinking that she could be peeking behind the teapot, you know, because she has such a cheeky face. And I think that would be really, really fun. Okay, so I'm just going to draw her here. Happy face. Yeah, she's just peeking from behind the teapot. And you know, at the end of the day, the cow could be totally expendable. Okay, so I'm back. This could be expendable, but you know, it's fun. So let's see if it will stay in the final image or not. Olá, filho. Então, já foram lá fora?
Uhum. Vamos à casa. Eu quis invadir a casa da Leonor.
Ok.
E invadir. Vamos lá dentro da casa dela.
Ixi.
Tinha de ter pena dela para ir sozinha.
É, mas ela está sempre com companhia, não te preocupes.
Ela agora já tem outros dois cães, que é de uma amiga dela.
Okay, so let's just start here. I'm just going to draw up a frame so I can contain myself and I don't go all over the page. This is a sketchbook that I've made myself, and it's gone on for a really long time. Well, not that long, but yeah, longer than my usual time to finish a sketchbook for. So it's since January 2026. So this year, and I usually finish sketchbooks before that, like in 2 months or 3 months time. But this is a big one, and I don't draw in it very frequently because it's a bigger format. Not that that has ever stopped me, because you see, I've done here other things. And as always, I just take up the whole of the paper that I have available. But yeah, it's a little more intimidating because it's bigger, and I don't really take it with me because it's bigger. Not that I draw very much on outside, you know, plein air, which I should do. It's one of my goals to go out and draw more plein air. The most plein air I've done in recent times is just through my balcony or through my window. I just go outside and take my sketchbook, and I'll do some drawing because we have a field of pines right at the other side of the street, so there's not a lack of material to draw. But and I finished 2 other sketchbooks prior to this one, so yeah, it's a working sketchbook, and I'm closer to the end than I was at the beginning. I really love this paper. This is Fabriano Studio paper. It's 250 GSM, and it's wonderful. I love all Fabriano papers. They're like chef's kiss. Really, really good. Okay, so I'm just procrastinating. Let's just start drawing our final image. Okay, so we'll have the hanging vase here. really like to whistle when I make some lines like this. Okay, and this is very crooked, but I really don't care. This is the baseline down here. So the teapot, I have it here on the side so I can look at this reference. Maybe I should leave it here. Yeah, it's better like this. So it's right in front of me. It's like occupying a very big portion of the picture, and I'm just now thinking if I should, you know, scooch it up a little bit here so I can pick up the handle better, or if I just leave it like this. I don't really mind it like this, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. Oh my god, I can't stop thinking about Gabby's house and that stupid freaking song. So this scalloped edge is really cute. Okay. So like this. And now, oh yeah. I just thought I was deviating from the design a bit. Okay, so this will be the handle. We'll not be able to see that, and it's okay. So here we'll have the hanging vegetation. It's a little bit wonky, but I like wonky. Wonky is good. Wonky is fun, so we rejoice in the wonkiness that this art making can bring. I don't know how much of this will be we'll see, will we be able to see, but yeah, I don't really mind it. Okay, so now I have my loose sketch, and I'm going to take my eraser. This is, I don't remember what brand it is. It's an eraser that supposedly is specific for, oh my god, my table's a mess. Sorry, just don't look at that. No, this part. It's supposedly an eraser which is appropriate for color pencil, to erase colored pencil, and it works really well. Of course, that you can only see some of the lines, but since I'm going to use wet media on this, and it's going to melt this pencil because it's water soluble. It's water soluble. I'm just going to erase some of the lines, and it does a really good job, even so. But of course, that you can always see some of the marks. Okay, so yeah, let's see now which colors are we going to use. I have here this Ecoline wash. It's like a solid wash. Where is it? It's here. Sorry. So this opaque colors by Holbein. It's how do you call this? Holbein Cake Colors, opaque. Saw this being used by another artist. She's a British artist named Perula something. Sorry, I don't remember her name. Let me just search. It's like, yeah, Perul Aurora. Perul Aurora, and she does these amazing paintings using gouache. And she uses these. I'm going to put it here in the chat so you can take a look if you want to. I love her illustration. I love her illustrations, and I love the her use of color. And she was using this, and of course, as being a very jealous artist, as we tend to be, we can't see anybody else using something that we have to go and buy it and use it and try it. I've really been enjoying this. In my other sketchbook that I've already started, in which my son collaborated with me in the cover, I've already done some things with it. Not this, not where is, oh, it's here. So this page got folded on the plane, which is really sad because I really love this illustration. I'm thinking about turning it into a print because it's really, I think it's really cool. And these are amazing. They'll reactivate very easily. And they're not chalky at all, which I thought they could be. I'm really not sure about the light fastness of this because Holbein, well, they claim they don't make student grade materials, so by exemption, I'm assuming that this is this has to have a good light fastness, but I'm not really sure because they have no information on the lid. They have no information on the website. There are a few videos. Oh my god, I just sprayed gouache all over this. There's a few videos on YouTube about this palette, not too many, because it's really hard to get. You can't get it here in Europe. I had to send it I had to order it from a website of Japan something, I don't know, I don't quite recall, and it got really expensive with you know, customs, and this palette, it on the website is listed for 19 euros, which is a bargain, but then you pay like just as much in shipping costs and then some in customs. So it turned out to be around, you know, 60 euros or something like that. It's really practical. These little pens, they do come off and they fit here. It's very, very slim. So it's great to take out with you. But yeah, I'm still debating if the cost was worth it or not. By the looks of that duck illustration, I think it was, but yeah, we'll see. This is just such a small space that I have to work here, that I have to take some things. It's in my living room, I'm not in my studio. And since we are talking about that, I don't know if you feel this, for those of you who have a home studio, but my studio right now is in my attic, and it's hellishly hot. It's been hellishly hot in the last few months, I would say, and it's a bit unbearable to be up there. We've been studying some options to get an air conditioning or something like that. I've had a lot of my paints dry up because they are in that hellish heat. Um, yeah, it's a very, very large space, which I'm very sorry not being able to not be able to use. But it's I can't be up there. It's really too very, 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 very hot. So, and besides that, it's like the junkyard of our home. So it's where everything ends up when it has no place on the rest of the house or not being used, or you save it because, oh, maybe it will be useful in blah 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 blah. Which is something I'm sort of a trinkets person, so I really like trinkets and memories, and everything has a really, really sentimental value to me. Uh, and I have this bad habit of holding on to things that I really shouldn't, because mm, they are not working for me anymore. Um, and I'm trying to, just get rid of whatever 60% or 70% of what is up there, and just have a nice open space, because I have a lot of space there. I can have a huge table. I have a draft table, and yeah, I'm hoping that for the winter I will have the inner strength. Is that the word? I don't know. To make a really big, big makeover of all of that space, and maybe I'll take you with me and then publish the video. Enough talking. Let's get to this. So I would like that this space here, where the window is peeking, I can see in the ref. So this is the time. Let me just back up a little. This will be the time when our reference picture will be useful for us again, because I'm looking to reference some of the colors that the image has. So that darker part of the rim of the window and the wall that you don't see, which in fact is white because it's backlit, it looks like, I don't know, black or brown or something like that. Brown is not a color that I tend to use a lot, so I will not use it here. I'm just going to try and mix a dark purple of sorts right here on my, can you see my palette? Yes, you can. Yeah, great. I'm just listening to my kids playing around. So this is brown. This is not purple. Yeah, it is sort of. It reminds me of that color, like, what's it called? Caput Mortem, that you have in some brands. I'm just going to add a little bit of warmness to it. And this will be this background color here. It's sort of the color of the pencil that you're using, I'm just now realizing. Isn't it cool when you make these decisions that seem sort of not related to others, but then you go and you conclude that they are related to others. Okay. So where do we have more of this color? In the window. The window. Well, my brush is just falling to the ground, and I'm not going to pick it up. So yeah, we can see this, but we can see it here. And you can go, you don't have to be really very precise in this color application, because this is just a start. And we're just filling in, you know, the base colors, and then we can you know, work on top of it. So this, let me just see if I can, yeah. So instead of using a totally different color here, I'm going to just add some white to this color because it's the easiest way for you to get a harmonious color palette is when you mix your own colors and you make derivatives of the same colors you've already used. Tá quase. Okay. So here, can you hear my kids running around outside? We are just coming up to the end of our stream, and I know we won't have the time to finish this, but that is a really important part of these streams for me, is that I am realistic about what's the time that I have available to do things. And oh, Martinho, fecha lá a janela que eu consigo ouvir o teu irmão aos gritos. So sorry about the time that I have to be doing these things, and you know, it's the summer. I'm sure once school begins, I'll have some other kind of availability, but for now, this is the availability that I have. It's what I'm going to work with it, even if that means, you know, that you get to hear some of my son screaming. He's autistic, so unfortunately, screaming is a part of his basic communication skills. Okay, and I'm going to use this color too for this part, since I've already mixed it, and I think it would be cute here. These are colors that I don't tend to use, which is what I like in these streams. I'm just, you know, taking you with me along. I'm not thinking too much. I'm thinking, of course, I'm thinking some things, but I'm not thinking too much about what's going on. I'm trying to just take advantage of the process, to relax, to, you know, create some pretty pictures. And yeah. Okay, so I'm just looking at this through the viewfinder, and it's looking cute. I like it. So for the outside color, you can't see it. Well, you can see some of it in the picture. It has a really, really blue sky. And I'm going to try and mix a very light blue, like this. Okay. And this is going to cover the entire background of the window. Then later on, we'll add some shadows of the things that are happening outside. You know, you can see some of the clouds, and you can see a little house, the rooftop there, you know. Just for a bit of a context for those of you who haven't been here in Wednesday's live call. This was taken by myself in our vacation. We went to the Netherlands My husband is working there, was working there. No, he's not anymore. He's in Finland. But he was working there when we thought we could make the last few days that we had there, that he has there, that he had there, sorry, verbs. So for us to take a family vacation. So it was the first time my son flew on a plane, and it was really nerve-wracking. But yeah, but this is from the house where we were staying. It was an Airbnb, and it's a farm. Wow, papinha! Nom, 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 nom. Just a moment, please.
Em nói chơi nhỉ?
Huh? What, Tali?
Aha!
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 So say hello to Diogo. It's my youngest. It's the one I was talking about. He's just enjoying his image in the video. Oh, Dali. Repeat it.
Aha!
Aha!
Tadinho.
Pintas da mãe.
Peter
Quem pintar? Canta.
Não tenho.
Senta para pintar. Okay, so let's just, as you see, my time is coming to an end. Este é meu. Não é nada. Este aqui é teu. Boop. Okay, so now he's going to want to draw, and this is what mothers do when they want to continue to draw. Mostra, mãe, põe a tinta. Não queres? Então põe ali. Since I have the sketch done, this may be of some confusion to you, but since I have the sketch done, I'm just going to turn it upside down. Oh. Oh, wow! Que bonito! So as I told you before, I'm not really that picky about my kids, you know, messing with my sketchbooks and all of that. Uau! Que é isto? É um caracol?
Azul.
Santinho?
Azul.
Ó, Martim, os corações de chocolate não são para comer de enfiada também.
Deixa eu primeiro para comer.
Não, ok. Só estava a dizer. Ok?
Vai, oh, mais. Oh.
Oh, I'm missing. Mãe, põe. Olha aqui um bocadinho de água. Assim, peraí. Where did I put my spritzer? Here.
Oh, this.
Blue.
Okay, so then I will make the greenery on top of this. Not a problem. This is just, you know, the first layer.
B.
No, I was just trying to, you know, turn the image around, so, but then you can't see it. Right, so we have our base here, and our little artist doing his thing here. It's really... Wow! Muito bem! It's really interesting that he's using, you know, amarelo. Boop. Está. Muito bem. He was using the same colors, you know, like this purple and blue. Qual foi? Queres isto? Okay, my friends, so now it is time for me. Isto é para beber? Não, isto não bebe. Está aqui. He was about to drink the paint water. No, you can't drink the paint water. Here you go. Okay, let me just turn this around for a bit. Yeah. So now that we've already made our base here, I'm still debating on which color I'm going to use for the teapot, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can, because this will be green, you know, from the greenery. I'm tempted to leave it white and just do those colorful shadows like I did here with the ducks. Excuse me. You know, like this purple. I think that would be really interesting. And I think for now it's time to go, because I have my little artist here asking for me to paint with him, and then of course I must oblige. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to check out our Substack, where you can get updates on everything that I'm going to be making in the future weeks. I am planning on having a paywall behind some of the sessions that we are having, but right now is not the time, so that will happen eventually. I'm thinking about, you know, like September or something like that, but for now I'm keeping it open to welcome all of you in, and then, well, whoever wants to get a little bit more into the process and all of the things that we are talking about here, then you will be invited to join if that is the case. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful start of your week. I'm sorry this is upside down, but that's, you know, a mother's life. And yeah, be safe, my friends. Bye bye. Diogo, diz adeus. Diogo, diz adeus. Adeus. Adeus.